Can you believe it? Another Monday is here. I'm Rita Ernst. I'm the author of Show Up Positive, and this is the Monday Minute. Thank you so much for joining me. Every Monday, I come to you live at 11:45 a.m. to share 8 to 10 minutes of inspiration to help you have a fabulous week and really build that stockpile of positive moments, positive experiences that are going to help you build the oh gosh, the word just flew out of my head. The resilience, there we go, that you are looking for to navigate all the change that continues to come our way in this current season of life that we are in. So I am so happy and excited that you are with me because I have been wanting to share this new Show Up Positive Spark with you for many days now. In fact, I did a little teaser promotion last week on my social media because this is just too good to put a lid on it. And I talk around this idea of care-frontation in Show Up Positive in several different sparks and in different ways. And it's something that I've been talking about with my clients for years, but I finally have a new word for it. So thank you, Chelsea Handler and Glennon Doyle and team at We Can Do Hard Things for the new word care-frontation. And care-frontation, in my opinion, is your easy peasy path to better performance reviews. And here is why. Let me give you a little context. I spent many years working inside of human resources in my corporate life, building performance management systems. That means I created performance reviews, succession planning tools, pay for performance processes, everything that you need, selection tools, all of those things to try and help us bring the smartest, most capable people into the right jobs, give them all the setup that they need, and then unleash them to do excellent work. And the intention behind all of those performance tools I was creating was really that. It was about helping people integrate into the organization, bring their best mojo forward, and really be able to perform at an optimal place. However, the truth is that when you're in a job, you're moving about doing your thing, and sometimes you get slightly off course and you may not even realize that you are off course. And this is where having somebody share feedback with you is so important. However, most of us struggle with one, giving feedback, and two, receiving feedback. And there's all kinds of trainings. I've attended many of them about how to give better feedback. But there's just that word has sort of been tainted a little bit because in so many ways we have convoluted the idea of giving and receiving feedback with giving and receiving grades. And, and depending on the kind of student that you were, getting your report card at school was maybe a good or not so good thing for you. And we've all taken a test and tanked or whatever and thought to ourselves, oh my, I wish I could have done better. Hey, Samantha Giles, thanks for joining me today. I'm so glad you're here. So feedback has kind of gotten a bit of a dent. It's a dented item. And so we had a movement a while back to switch it up and use the word feed forward instead, with the idea being not spending so much time in the rear view mirror talking about what has already happened, just only using that as a baseline to help us project forward and really bring our best stuff forward. And I love that idea. And care-frontation is in that same vein. It's just taking it to the next level because the reason we are so hesitant about giving feedback is that it feels confrontational. And it feels confrontational because of the underlying psychology. And so I'm going to psychology geek out on you here a minute, but you have to understand this. The reason that we have such a hard time with feedback is that we are egotistical beings. That is just part of our psychological being. That's part of being human, is that we have an ego and we like to take care of ourselves and we love to be right and we hate to be wrong. So when somebody's saying, hey, I think you're wrong, our automatic is going to be a defensive response. You cannot really stop that from happening. You can notice that it's happening and you can recover more quickly and respond from a place of curiosity and of learning. But in the deepest part of your gut, when somebody says, "Hey, that's wrong," you're probably going to have this moment of I almost feels like panic inside of my body. I don't know. Hit me up in the comments. What does it feel like inside of your body when you receive feedback and you just have that instant negative bias response to it? So that's why this happens, because when we think about giving feedback, I think we also think about how it feels in our own body when we're on the receiving end, and so the whole thing just feels super icky. And most of us want to avoid spending our days doing things that feel icky. I know that I do. So, this is what is so brilliant about care-frontation. And the idea was to flip that feeling of confrontation into this moment of caring. So, what has to be true for us to be in this mode of carefrontation when we are raising awareness with somebody of, hey, there's a problem here we need to talk about. And so in the We Can Do Hard Things podcast last Tuesday, the episode is called Carefrontation. Everybody should go listen to it. Sister Amanda actually lays out a roadmap, a game book for you on how to do this. And not surprisingly, one of the most important things is that you are acting in service to the other person. And I talk about intentionality all the time. So when your intention is to call somebody out, to make sure that they understand that they are a problem, then you are operating from a negative intention and that's going to come through. But in a carefrontation, your intention is to really preserve and strengthen the relationship. You recognize that if you don't deal with whatever this problem is, it will persist and it will erode the relationship. So you are acting from a place of caring deeply about the other person and about this relationship and making it better. So you are too invested. You're invested in a future with this person. You're invested in the strength of the relationship. And so you are acting from a place of shared investment. And three, there's got to be that respect there, right? You really have to believe that this person is a good person and is worthwhile of your time and attention. So if you are operating and though with that as the baseline, you are operating from this place of a carefrontation, of giving feedback from a place of saying, I want to help this be better, instead of, hey, I want to tell you what's wrong with you. And those are very different intentions. So I'm so excited about this new word. It's a brand new spark. I wish I had it when I wrote the book. It would have been in there, but we all can share it now. Let's work on carefrontations. Let's work on having that conversation sooner, because one of the things that makes feedback so difficult is we wait too long. There's too much water in the under the bridge, too much resentment or hurt is starting to build. And I'm not saying you need to jump on every little thing, but when you're having ongoing conversation in a mutually respectful relationship with others, where you're like, hey, one of the ways this could be better for me, if you're willing to help me out, would be for you to do, or could I make this request of you, right? When you're having that ongoing conversation, and certainly in our work relationships with our teammates, where we really need to collaborate and bring our best game to do our best for one another and our clients, having conversations sooner and say, hey, I think there could be a better way, or I need something more in this, is really going to help keep that team spirit strong and keep that connection and that collaboration happening at its optimal level. So we're going to talk sooner, and we're going to talk from this place of these three key elements, right? That we want to invest in somebody else, that we want to make something better, and that we are operating from a place of respect and mutuality. So I hope you love this spark for the week, carefrontation. Please take it and carry it forward with you. Use it and then let me know what you think about carefrontation. And if you get a chance, please listen to the We Can Do Hard Things carefrontation episode. If you can't listen to the whole thing, just jump about midway through and listen on from there. You'll get the gist of all of the great stuff that's there. But whether you want to think about feed forward or whether you want to talk about care-frontation, this whole idea is having conversations sooner, but from a place of building and mutuality so that we are keeping our relationships strong. This is your Monday Minute. This is your inspiration for the week. I hope that you will take it and run with it and let me know how it goes. If you care to join me and want to talk about this or anything else more, the Zoom room is going to open as soon as I shut this down. There's a link in the description. Then the meeting ID and password are here, so you can jot those down real quickly. I'll leave that on the screen for a second so you can write it down. But that's an opportunity to just come to my office hours and have a chat with me if you would love to talk. And I would love to see you and see what's going on with you and hear what you're doing in your personal show up positive journey. This has been a wonderful morning for me. I hope you've enjoyed it too. I'm Rita Ernst. I'm the author of Show Up Positive. Thank you for joining me. And if you want to talk more, come join me on Zoom. I'll see you shortly. Have a great week. Bye.